you wanted to become your elected official, you need to just be quiet. You need to be quiet. But I think that, it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting 4 years the way this country is going. I'm hoping that Murphy is able to hold his seat. It's looking tight. It's been looking tight for a while. It's looking like he might be able to, but you never know. You just never know. Right. So I mean, it's not really much I can say else about that.
Erica,
Yes.
one thing when you said that politics is dirty, it's not so much the politics that's dirty as it is some of the people.
People, yes.
Because politics can be as good as you need it to be, or it can be as bad as you want it to be. And when greed and power are two dangerous things, they are two dangerous things. And you really have to look at the characters. And sometimes it's greed, sometimes it's power, sometimes it's a combination of both, and sometimes it's not. But the dirtiness of politics
It's in the
has
people.
to do more with people than the position.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely right. I totally agree with that.
Chauncey, B, you got any comments on?
I really don't have no comments, man. I just want to congratulate, and I take my hat off to anybody that wants to even take on that task. It's really a big deal, especially more so today. So I take my hat off to all of them, man. Much respect to all of them. That's what I have to say about it.
Well, I mean, I want to congratulate the winners.
Definitely.
Also, anytime we lose is definitely a lesson. And I just pray that those who participated in, seeking a seat don't stop doing the things you were doing in preparation of. I mean, the community still need the collective of everyone, for us to actually achieve the things that we need to and to make the changes that's necessary. And for those who did win, don't lose that hunger and thirst. Sometimes we get in a position and we feel as though we got an accomplishment and we fade away. And I just want, everyone to keep pushing and doing what's best for us collectively. It truly takes a village. And now that you're in a position and you guys are in a position to make those pivotal decisions, I hope that you guys are willing to want to continue to listen and be innovators. And always remember, for all those who won, I mean, in Hudson County, I would say, BLESC is here. So we're willing to work with anybody. Whatever we can collaborate and do, we're willing to. Because, again, I mean, this thing is bigger than us. It's about the mission. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And definitely serving our community and our people to make, what we do, even greater. And when it comes to, the politics on a national level, I mean, I almost feel as though that, people who normally vote democratically, they probably don't feel as though that Biden was strong enough in some of his decision making. And I think that had a lot to do with the lack of turnout.
Right.
When it came to us nationally. That's why so many seats were in jeopardy, because I almost feel as though that, the people are just like, listen, we almost feel as though that he's incompetent. And I'm not saying that's the case. However, there's been a broader stroke planted, a seed planted by media, by the former president, who almost, when in his losing, planted this seed, saying that Biden wasn't strong enough and that he wasn't going to be able to make certain decisions when it comes to us and bettering ourselves. And that's been like the agony that he's been faced with. So, again, that's how I feel. I feel like all of these things were already planted. I feel like it's just their master plan, and we got to be careful, in the next 4 years, what's going to happen, because, for those who don't understand this thing, I mean, who knows? You might be talking about President Trump in 4 years.
We better wake up. We need to start holding classes.
Right.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real.
I learned election laws. Does anybody know what the election laws are in the state of New Jersey?
Right.
I sure don't.
Right.
I rest my case.
Right.
Okay, we
Y'all
need
can
to
have a
teach
workshop, I'll
the
go.
election laws
Right.
for the state of New Jersey.
Right.
And we need to teach people and I don't mean this in an insulting way,
Welcome back, Chauncey B.
but we need to teach people to be aware of what's important for them. We're not going to tell you to vote Democrat, Republican, Independent. We're not telling you that.
Right.
But we're telling you, what are the issues that are germane to you?
Right.
What is it that you need? What do you need to see? And get your ass out there and vote.
Yeah,
That's the main
turnout.
Too
thing.
many people.
Turnout was very low.
It was very low, and I was
Too many
shocked.
people have died so that you could have the right to vote.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't
That's
waste
right.
it. And then
Right.
when you sit back and complain about what's going on, don't nobody want to hear
But
nothing
Mama,
you got to
you
say.
know, those who normally complain the most are the ones who never take action.
Exactly.
That's true. But I tell you what, when y'all see the clock turn back to the 40s and the 50s
Right.
and the 60s,
Scary.
see, I've been around here long enough that I could tell you,
Yeah, mama.
okay?
I wouldn't make
That's
it, Mama.
just where you're headed.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't make it.
That's just where you're headed.
They'd take me out.
Then
day one.
I guess you're going back to the island, baby, or somewhere.
That's my
They'd
plan.
take me out. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't even make
That's
it on
You
my
the
wouldn't
plan.
make it
I'm
on
outta
the
here.
plane.
No, they'd take me out.
I'm outta here.
I wouldn't last.
I did want
Listen.
to piggyback off of something that you said earlier about the people who won and how they need to. The people who lost. I feel like if they're really passionate about what they wanted to see the change in the city, that doesn't mean that the work stops.
Right.
That does not mean that the work stops. You continue working, continue pushing to see the change that you want to see in the city, and there's always another opportunity
Right.
to campaign again in another 4 years. But don't stop working, because like we said earlier, it takes a village, and in order for this community to keep pushing, and in order for we to see the changes that we want to see, we have to be active in our communities.
It's bottom line, it's accountability.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, and just like those who did not win, okay, we don't want them to stop. Those that did win, we're going to hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
We will definitely be holding you accountable, okay,
Oh, yeah.
for what you do, what you don't do, and the impact that it has on us
Right.
here in the city.
Shanti, I like this little screensaver. It's bedazzled, I think.
So
that's nice.
are we gonna read some, or are we gonna take a break? Do you want
Oh,
me to
we're
read
gonna take a break.
it? Okay.
Okay.
All right, ma'am. It's not a question answering.
Easy
of course,
killer. Easy killer.
He
Hey, Chauncey,
always
you should have
coming for
been
me.
you should have been ready, Chauncey.
I'm ready.
You're ready. So we're gonna go take a break with DJ Chauncey B. Take us away. Be back.
Oh, yeah, Chauncey. I like how you came in with that one.
He said he had some makeup to do.
1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, as we continue on, man, do remember Sucker Free DJs each and every Saturday, baby. I'm back at Blackjack's, 146 Front Street, Secaucus, New Jersey, man. I'm back on the set. I'm back on the scene. I'm ready to rock for the people. We are here. I'm there. Let's go. E. Put that on top of there. 1, 2. Check, check. Check, check. Yeah. One time. Shout out to the Throwback Champ. Shout out to my brother, the DJ, the Juice Man. Shout out to DJ Specky. Shout out to my man, DJ Mike Shaw. That is the family. That is the team. That is Sucker Free DJs. If you need any of them, you can book me. You can book us. Yeah. Break it down. Yeah. One time, baby. Yeah. Check, check. 1, 2. Quick 90s, man. Just some quick 90s. This is a 90s set. This is a 90s. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. This is what I do. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's what it's about, party people. Yeah. Bless strong. Yeah. Yeah. One time, man. How we feeling, Scott? Okay, let's go, y'all. Yeah, come on, El. Yeah, yeah. Break it down. One time. Yeah, yeah.
We back.
Got you. Okay, good people, good people. Welcome back. As you see, we have two guys that show up. No, it's not my security to stop everything
Yes, it
from
is.
you guys to jump on me. But we here with Mr. Robinson and Mr. Chambers. One, I want to, welcome you guys for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
This is
definitely.
awesome.
Before we
Good
start,
brothers.
I also want to say thank you, both of you guys, for all your years of service in the community. For all the things you guys have done. And we're going to dive into a little bit about what you guys are currently doing and allow yourselves to introduce yourselves. But I just want to thank you guys for being there in the community throughout all the years.
Bless
All right,
wants
and I
to thank you
appreciate
guys.
Come on.
Bless
No,
want to
we
thank my
appreciate
brothers.
you guys, definitely. Thank
Right.
you
Yeah.
so much for that.
Elton's very selfish.
It's been a great partnership.
Yeah, and we
It has been.
appreciate all your assistance. You can move your mic over, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, definitely.
So again, I want you guys to introduce yourselves.
So, hey, everybody, my name is Rashid Chambers. I am a longtime resident of Jersey City. I work in the field of IT, security, and it's just great to be here. Great to be here on this stage and personally. Anytime that I get a chance to spend some time with my BLESC family, it's always a good thing. So I'm humbled by the invite and very happy to be here.
Yep. My name is John Robinson. Hello, everyone. I am a avid gamer, and I'm also a scientist. And I enjoy doing a lot of community work with my brothers and sisters at BLESC, the Royal Men Foundation, other organizations. This is a great partnership. We've had this partnership for some years now, and we're looking forward to taking things to another level and interacting more in the community. And as you all mentioned in your previous segment, that there's a lot of wrong things going on, a lot of issues. And I think that some of these partnerships that we have formed and are currently forming, making stronger, I think those things will help to push the community forward and our nation forward. Definitely you guys are a good example of what needs to happen in a lot of places.
Right. Well, again, we thank you for being part of our family. Also, sidebar, all right, Mr. Chambers is actually one of the co-founders of BLESC. He's one of the originators.
Ooh.
You understand? From the
OG.
ground up, for those who don't know. So I want to applaud you on that, brother. Thank you, you know what I mean, for all your efforts and helping us build what we have. And, much love. Also, much love to the Royal Men Foundation as well. We love you guys, man. Definitely do, Quan. We want you to come on the show in the
Royalty.
future.
Absolutely.
Right.
Royalty.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Mama, I'm gonna hit you with the first question that you can ask
First
these two
question.
brothers. No, Mama, you don't.
Okay.
All right.
She
Since you
ready.
insist. Okay, where do I begin? I have a scientist, I have an IT specialist in security.
Just don't ask me to fix your computer. We're good. Just don't ask me to fix your computer.
Okay, that's good.
Darn it.
I got you.
My question is, first of all, how did you each get started in the fields that you're in? What made you gravitate to IT, security, you with being a scientist? And then we can talk about the e-coding and the gaming and all of that, because start at the beginning for me. I just want to know everything from soup to nuts. That's my question.
All right, not a problem. So in February of February 22nd, 1982, my parents had me. And from that moment on, it was just no. So previously, I was a corrections officer. I think that's kind of where I wanted to go in my life. But I did go to college for information technology before then. And it's always been a passion. It wasn't anything that was going to be, I didn't look at it as a career because I was grandfathered in when it came to law enforcement. So my mother was a correction officer. My sister was a corrections officer who would transition to ICE and things like that. Every man in my family has served in either military or law enforcement, so I knew I was going in that
The straight
direction.
and narrow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
thank God for IT, because I find myself in a place where I was actually allowed to be a little bit more of myself. And it's just been a blessing. I kind of always been in some form of security or protect, and when I converted over to information, I converted over to information security. So I just became an IT security guy.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Mr.
Yeah,
Robinson?
so for me, I grew up in the Star Wars era, Star Trek, you know, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, all these kinds, you know, all these different, you know, things having to do with what I thought futuristic science and you know, that sort of thing. So that's kind of where the love of science came in, and you know, I always wanted that chemistry set. You know, I was that kid, and so
With the microscope?
yeah,
different slides?
exactly. So I said, you know, this is something that I want to do. So when I, you know, had the opportunity in high school, then in college, of course, and you know, graduate school, and you know, I wanted to go along that path. I, you know, finished up with graduate school, and you know, I was in some great companies and where I kind of honed some of those skills. So did that, but also had the gaming as well. There's always been a gamer, and you know, that's pretty much where everything came from. You
That's
know.
great.
Okay,
Ms.
cool.
Bermudez, do you have a question?
Absolutely, I have several.
Brothers?
So I definitely want to
Washington,
get deep into coding and exactly what that entails, especially as it relates to apps and stuff like that on our phone. But before we get into that, could you explain a little bit or give us a little bit of background about the Royal Men Foundation? What does that entail?
To restore leadership qualities in men by promoting honor, integrity, discipline, and brotherly love. So the Royal Men Foundation is a foundation that's about male mentorship. It was founded, I believe, I'm not going to give you the year, but the Royal Men Foundation is about 8 years old, and it was founded by Duquan Sweeney. Shout out to Duquan Sweeney.
Yes, I
It's
went to
had
high school with him.
people who have gone through the Royal Men Foundation, or some popular names. So Frank Gilmore, Steve Gadsden, John Robinson, Rashid Chambers, Rab Don, Tracy Brown, and just Louis Spears. A lot of us pretty much
I've
have.
never heard of any of these guys.
No, yeah.
That's Jersey City
lay
royalty.
low.
there.
Basically a bunch of no names. Right? So yeah, it's an organization that comes together, and men are able to talk and discuss, you know, about things that are relevant to manhood without any kind of objection or any kind of, you know, anyone looking down at you.
So just complete transparency.
It's complete transparency, but it's much needed,
Yes.
especially African American mental health sessions. So shout out to the Royal Men. So.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because in this era with the pandemic and everything that went on and so many people losing people, I think that is important, especially in our community, because talking about mental health is so taboo. So the fact that you guys have that organization and they're men that are at the helm of that, I think that is so, so important, because black men are always looked at to be strong, and you can't cry, and you can't, and I even see, you know, on TV, you don't really see the affection between a black man and his child, whereas, you know, in white communities, especially in the media, you see that. So I think it's important.
Especially in the media.
Yeah, that's the
definitely,
portrayal.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
the
I'm
portrayal is
trying to
there,
get off
right.
the portrayal. To it seems like the black men especially, are supposed to disregard their emotions and just basically make it seem as though white people can do it, you know, even Hispanics or other cultures, but black people, you guys don't have any emotions, you know. So I think that that's very important to see that men are doing that.
I'm glad you think that's important. Eric.
It's very important. So, all right,
It's important.
we got that. I wanna dig deep into the coding.
Okay.
You guys have a summer program, or was it this past summer, the first summer that you've done
This was
that?
our first summer program, and I'll let John talk a little bit about it. We were very, very excited to bring something because we realized that there wasn't too many programs out there. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we had a summer session 1 and a summer session 2 program. The first summer session 1 program that was at the Spot JC with Ibn and Terrence, and then we had summer
out to
session
them.
2 at Hudson County CMO. So yeah, shout out to those
And is that
organizations.
the CMO, the Cove? I read that.
correct.
Is that on Pacific Avenue,
That is
Jersey
on
City?
Pacific Avenue in
Awesome.
Jersey
So all
City.
of this stuff was local.
Yeah.
And intended to be so.
So-
Yeah, we're looking to service, we're looking to create education opportunity for kids in our communities.
Right.
Which, before you keep, I just want to ask one quick question in terms of, I'm sorry, but
That's okay, go
I have
ahead.
a lot of questions because I'm very
Nah, she
passionate
good, she
about
good.
this.
Yeah.
And
You're
I'm
an
gonna tell you-
educator as well, so.
I'm an educator, but I'm also a mother of sons. So I'm passionate about it because when you look at this particular field, it's lacking black people and it's also lacking black men.
Yeah.
So I'm very passionate about it because my brother, I talk about him a lot, my oldest brother, he's always telling me, I don't like math, but he tells me not to push that onto my son. He's telling me push math on him. Make him do his timetables, make him love math. Don't do what mommy did to you. Mommy made you hate math. So I didn't realize how important it was until I looked at how much money these folk make. So I want to know, how can I get my son into the summer camp for next year, because it's important that
How old is your
children
son,
are,
by the way?
he's 9.
Oh, definitely, so yeah, he would
Yeah,
have,
he
he
would've
would have
been
definitely fit it in,
Sadiq.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
So
my
I
baby.
think in the summer, we focused, what did we focus on?
We did coding, intro
Yes.
to coding. We did intro to robotics,
Yeah.
and then we also did gaming, tournament setup, and
Oh,
that
wow.
I
sort
think
of thing.
electronics and engineering was
Right.
rolled into that as well.
Right.
Because it's covering a bunch of sectors. Now, what people aren't going to tell you, for one, we have a STEM desert. So to your earlier question, that's why. Oh, is it on Pacific? Absolutely. I graduated from 22. Is it on Wilkerson Avenue? Absolutely, because that's
Yeah.
a higher concentration of black kids
Yes.
who aren't regularly exposed to
That's
this
right.
kind of
Yeah.
technology. But what we're not saying is when we create STEM deserts, we also create opportunity deserts, because unfortunately, fortunately, in the field of IT, you can literally get a couple certifications right out of high school and start making $60,000 a year. But we're not
I'm in the
preparing
wrong
our
field.
kids for this. We're not saying
Right.
that in the next 4 years, with the right plan, you should be making 6 figures. And
Right.
if you do this at 17, 18 years old, by the time, like when people are starting to pay student loans, you would literally be making,
Right.
somewhere between 120, something
So-
like that.
so
I
my
have a
question-
question. One second, excuse me.
please.
I'm sorry.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
'Cause Erica
What
interrupted
methods
me.
do you guys use to keep the young fellas intrigued right now in
Oh,
the
we threaten them.
summertime? Right. I know, but I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
I know your methods. I know.
Yeah, you-
I know, but because I know y'all have the video gaming, but then it's a downtime. You have to have that time, that balance space to bring them into the math and all of that stuff. How do y'all do that? How do y'all keep them intrigued into the education part?
You're the nice one. Don't let me talk.
Yeah.
So basically for the summer session, I mean, it was really, a lot of it was hands-on. So besides being able to get an awesome instructor, so everyone here knows, the audience watching, so I'm the owner of Gotta Go Gaming.
My man,
We
yes,
do a
it is.
lot of stuff in Jersey City, and any business that I'm involved with, obviously my partnership with Mr. Chambers and eCode, it has to have that same kind of energy,
Yes.
that same kind of excitement. So we carefully vetted the instructor, the teacher, is awesome sister. Her name is Amara, and it was myself, Rashid, Amara there. Amara did a lot of the teaching. We had some of the game coaches, so those are people that help out with the video gaming events
Right,
that we
I
do.
saw that, yeah.
So they were all there, and we worked with the kids, and so we made it fun. So they were not only sitting there learning about some of these complex, math things, but they were actually, engaged.
Right.
What does
Right.
this do? What does this mean? Here's the x-axis and the y-axis, but this is what it does. So we take math, you put it in
Y'all
motion.
keep saying
and-
math.
yeah.
Not to cut you off. I
Yeah.
wasn't a big fan of math. That was my worst nightmare in school.
Yeah.
Not high school, school, grammar school, high school. It followed me. It scared me. when it started changing all the Y's, the squares, and all
Yeah.
that, that changed me at one time.
Yeah.
So it's because what we were
That's
what we
good.
were being introduced to when it came to math, and for one, shout out to our generation. Our math is way better than my children's math.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
different.
Yeah.
Right, so,
It's
shout out to our
different.
generation.
That
Yeah.
new math
But that's
is
not saying much.
ridiculous.
It's not saying
ridiculous.
much.
Right.
But what I did notice, so
not
to
true.
answer, to shorten up, what I noticed was that the kids actually did enjoy everything. Them being engaged was never really too much of a problem. Now, focusing on one thing at a time, I mean, obviously you have to bring them back in sometimes, but for the most part, our kids have a proficiency when it comes to technology. You know, so let's not forget that, you know, it was a black man who created the
math.
cell phone. It was a black man who created
Yes.
you know, almanac and things like
Absolutely.
that.
Educated
Let's not
them.
forget about our, you know, what I mean, contributions from Lewis Lattimore to everything else. We're
Yes,
inventors.
yes.
We're a lot of things.
To the
So you
pyramids.
put this,
Right.
yes,
Double
yeah. I mean, you know, not including the, you know, according to Disney, but if we really look at it, we, you know, like these kids are already engineers. We're just bringing it out of them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and given the opportunity, you're seeing that they're going to flourish and they love it. So, you know, yes, they're not looking, they don't want to know, you know, 50 times 9. But if we can talk about, hey, this robot that you built up from
Yep.
scratch, that you coded, has to move on a y-axis and an x-axis.
Yeah.
They don't know that they're doing geometry.
Right.
Wow.
They're
Right.
just trying to get their robot to be
That's
better
very
than
cool.
somebody
Very
else's.
big, man.
That's it.
I just
You
want
know,
you
I
guys
can't
to
do
know that I was above the curve, you know, for 8th grade, my science project.
There you go.
Okay, all right, all right.
I built a robot.
There you go.
Shots
I
fired.
There you go.
I built a robot. No, seriously.
Okay.
Arms moved, lit up and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Where
great.
is it now?
Huh?
Where is it now?
What you mean? I was like, I'm only 25, but that was like 30 years ago. But anyway, you know,
My
it-
math
it's
is off,
funny.
so I guess that was right, right?
You
Okay.
did say that you was bad at math.
Yeah,
right?
so
That's crazy.
I'll take that. I'll
Right.
take that. I don't have enough fingers
you
to
know,
I'm
count.
his little brother, so I'm gonna go with the 25 thing. We're good.
well, I want to say this. You know, we definitely dived in about, you know, how the kids started to interactive, but the foundation, coding, what exactly is it? To sum it all up.
So when we're talking about coding,
And it's
coding
not
is-
just coding, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to
Okay.
say, so
Yeah.
we're focusing on everything. So STEM involves with more than just math and more than just coding. So
Right,
it's science,
okay.
technology, engineering, and mathematics. So when we're saying that we're focusing on coding, we're talking about the coding languages that everyone knows about: HTML, CSS. Maybe not everybody knows.
Yeah, because you said what now?
I know. But the coding that we actually leveraged in the summer camps was block-based coding. So we're not saying that you have to type in text, you know,
Right.
/PH.
Right.
We're not doing any of that stuff. We're taking blocks of code and allowing the kids to become more familiar with it. And they're being utilized as puzzle pieces. This is called Scratch. That was created by MIT.
Okay.
And this is to teach kids how to actually code. And this is a free program. So, you know, the
Your
kids
program
do
is
have...
a free?
No, our program this summer absolutely was a
Was
free
free.
program because we wanted to make sure that the kids could take
Oh,
advantage
did I
of it
not
at
know?
no
Okay.
issues.
Yeah.
That's
We-
awesome.
We
Yeah.
didn't want to tell
We
you.
used to go live
Um,
and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
You know
your
now.
son still has
You
an
know now.
opportunity. We do
We
have
didn't wanna
an
tell you.
online portion that's kicking off this
I
week.
do have
so.
a question. Is this something that you guys might want to bring into the school system, like as an after-school program? And if
You
so,
just gonna have
have
us
you-
put a lot out there, right?
Oh, yeah, right. She's asking.
Yeah. So absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I asked that question because I feel like, and I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like the education system is lacking in that regard because there are
Well,
some
you're right.
Well,
You're
yeah,
right.
well,
there's
well,
subject
for-
matters that are supposed to be taught, the quote unquote core subject matters, but then there are life skills and there are stuff like coding and stuff like that can be taught that isn't taught, and these are
Yeah.
fields
And
that
do you
children
wonder
can.
why?
Right.
I'm
because
systemic.
the school system is
Okay.
created to just
To keep
allow
us
you
behind.
To
There you
be
go.
in the box.
It's supposed
to
to
be
create
that
employees.
Yes.
that bus driver, that janitor.
Yes.
Not to think outside the box and have your own. You
And
know,
there's nothing
unfortunately,
wrong
and it's
with
up to
any of
us
those
at
fields.
home
Yep, right.
to implement
But-
those things.
Yeah.
Right,
And,
right,
and,
right.
and stir up the creative juices.
And that was one of the
yeah.
things about the that I was so proud of as far as the summer sessions, that we changed the lexicon.
Right.
So we changed the just the normal language of the kids. So a lot of times, you know, the kids they do talk about 2K, or they talk about like you know, basketball or whatever else, video games. But one of the things was they actually were talking about the robotics.
Right.
They were talking about the electronics. They were talking about the coding. And so that's something, that is something from 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, it's forever changed.
Exactly how many children did you have this summer?
So we had 15 in session 1. That increased to 22 kids in session 2.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I was saying. You didn't see any of our ads, like.
Was
bigger
it on
budget,
social media?
Bigger budget. Yes, it was.
I think that, social media kind of takes away from a lot of information being disseminated, because if I don't go on my Instagram or my Facebook and scroll, I miss out on a lot of things.
Well, depending
Well, I
on
mean,
what you're
'cause it's-
scrolling
yeah,
for. You shouldn't be
weird
trying to
people.
look at like abs and muscles and stuff,
He's
and
talking
then
about
you
the
will be able
algorithm.
to, catch important things like that. But listen,
No, I just
I
don't scroll.
I appreciate you guys for doing what you've done again.
Yeah.
And
well,
that-
we're still doing it though.
Right.
And just before you guys push us out or anything like that, I just wanted to say that. So we just launched our online platform.
Okay, great.
And we created eCode 100. eCode 100 is we're trying to get 100 kids from our community to take our online courses. So they'll learn Minecraft,
wow.
Roblox, they'll learn Python coding, they'll learn engineering, and we have a list of stuff.
And what's that website?
You can go to ecodenj.com. Definitely, we're looking to get 100 kids out. We want it to be free. So we
99. You got one already.
All right.
Okay.
We might have more because one of our BLESC members, Detective Billy Breaker, said he have all girls. What do we have to do to get his daughters involved in
Your family reach out. He's blessed.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Eco
not to be
NJ.
biased.
Yeah, you
Right.
got
NJ.com.
No, but
Well,
that's you. hey.
I'm gonna.
Sign-ups are
I'm
happening
gonna say
starting
this.
on November 8th.
Whatever we can do as BLESC,
Yes.
to assist you guys, please.
We have a
you know,
fundraiser.
right.
It's good you said that. You,
Let
your
us know.
audience, we have a fundraiser. We'll share a
Let 'em
link
know.
in the comments because we're looking for the community to help us. Obviously,
right.
we don't care about what we put out there, but of course
Right.
we have instructors,
Right.
we have operational
Right.
costs, and we cover it because we're so passionate about this
Right,
work,
right.
which isn't a problem. But things would cover overhead. Like we want to
Right.
send robotics to your house so
Right.
your kids can build them and
I
let
think
it be
that's
theirs.
I think
you know?
that's so
let's do
commendable
that.
what you brothers are doing. I
Yeah, right.
just
Bigger than
really
what
want.
we're saying, like,
Right.
It's commendable because we need this type of stuff in the community. We need our children to be educated on something different. And the fact that you guys are passionate about your community and passionate about building the minds of our future.
Yeah.
This is our future. These children are going to be our future doctors, lawyers,
Engineers.
IT. what are you
IT
guys-
IT
yeah, thank you.
specialists.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning. So
Get it together,
thank you
'cause
guys
it ain't
so,
mad.
so much.
Question
Go ahead, Mama.
for the next session, the 37 children that you had this past summer, what's the next step for them when they come back?
Online for us. So we never really let them go.
Okay.
So we're looking, that's why online was created. When we started, the pressure to build the online stuff, we did this in 6 weeks. So this was being
Wow.
done while we were doing everything in the background as well. Because we understand that in today's market right now, if it's repeatable, it's replaceable. So if our kids don't get this information now, we're gonna be looking at an economic decline. So.
Well, can you tell the people how they can reach you?
Yeah, you can definitely reach out to us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, but you can definitely reach out to us through our website, which is ecodenj.com. Again, that's ecodenj.com. Check us out. Give us, some of your feedback.
ECODENJ. Yep.
Yes.
It's on his shirt in case you,
Yes,
you
it
know,
is.
just
That's
there's
our
the
logo,
plug
too.
right there. I
was looking for
I
Gotta Go
love them.
Gaming. I thought
How do
that
I
was-
get a shirt?
Yeah.
I collect shirts, by
That's-
the way.
I'm still
Okay,
waiting for
all
a
right.
BLESC
I
shirt.
thought that was Gotta Go
I'm
Gaming.
still waiting for a BLESC
What?
shirt. I'm
You got
still waiting
it.
for a BLESC shirt.
Come to the
I'm
office.
waiting for a
We
BLESC
got you.
I
Come to the
know, I
office,
know.
We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a BLESC
Well,
chops.
brothers, we appreciate you. Don't go nowhere, but we want to thank you for coming again. We appreciate everything you do in the community,
Yes.
and we love your program.
Thank you
all right.
so
Thank you so
much.
much.
And with that, Scott, we're gonna take a break. Chauncey B, take it away. We got a minute, y'all.
Y'all got a
Appreciate you.
senior citizen class?
If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. You can try, but then why? Cause you can't intervene. We be the outcast, down for the settle. Won't play rock, won't play the pebble. Open the door, you best believe.
1,
it's
2.
coming through it swift.
Let's move. Let's go. Yeah.
Swiftly. We can make it hip to be. Roll with our cuz, roll with me. Be the epitome, do, die, dippity. So now I dwell just to say you're plain up. Pour your cup, cause I got the container. Pass a plate up, cross the fader. Black sheep can play like the Sony Innovator. Never the traitor, party inflator. And you can get a scoop later. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, 'cause all we wanna do. Or you can get with that. nice and smooth, it's funky. Oh, so hip hop junkies. All we wanna do is and you, nice and smooth, it's funky.
Yeah.
Oh, so hip
Where's my old school hip hop heads in the house? If y'all in the house, what's up? What's good? Mr. OK now, Tone, peace, Ak. Assalamu alaikum.
nice and smooth, it's funky. Oh, so hip hop junkies. All we wanna do is and you.
I got a funky rhyme with a funky style. I got a funky rhyme with a funky style. I got a funky rhyme with a funky style. I got a funky rhyme with a funky style. People Rickety Rocket was my favorite cartoon. After marriage, the honeymoon. I'll be damned, gag me with
Yeah.
the spoon. Who loves Papa out of the ghetto? Ladies, let your body blow. Send a chill up your spine like an Eskimo. Here's a backstage pass to a funky show. Come give me a kiss under the mistletoe. Greg Knight, my life's like a fairy tale.
Orca was a great big whale.
I knew a fat girl who broke the scale. You won't tell, I won't tell. I entail, I must excel. Took a little test, I passed and failed. Breaks, no need to hit 'em. Skins, you got 'em, I wanna get rid of 'em.
We rock and rolling, baby. We back, baby.
That was the best
Welcome
part.
back.
1, 2.
Welcome back. Hey, Chauncey B, man, you really tearing up the club tonight, you know what I mean? I thought I was
That's
going
what y'all want to call it. I get it. I get it.
Party people, what's up?
I don't got
You
no
missed
shameless
that.
plugs. No
I
shameless
appreciate
plugs this
you,
week.
man. Sucker free DJ.
Yes,
you know what
Chauncey
I mean?
B.
The baddest man in the land. He back, y'all. I don't know where he was, but he back.
Yeah, I had to take a minute to
Right,
get my mind
right.
right.
Well, we back. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but we did want to hit our relationship segment, and I didn't want these two fellas to go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a relationship question that Light Skin Keisha is going to present to us. Light Skin Keisha, read the question, please.
So, this question is a touchy subject, but I'm going to put it out there and we'll see what we get back. Should your male friends or female friends follow your lady on social media? Do you understand that question? For example, if I'm in a relationship with someone, should my homegirls be following my man on social media? Is that okay? Or would my man have a problem if his male friends followed me on social media
Mama,
and was liking my twerking
what
pics?
what you think about that?
Okay, that adds a different.
Yeah, see? Yeah, the twerk
Now,
videos. Yep, your homeboy
I'm
double
gonna
tapping
let
the twerk
our
video.
guest answer first, cause see, I'm gonna lay all y'all out.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yes, a lot of my friends. I mean, you might be, my wife's friend on social media. I wouldn't care if you like her pictures or anything like that. That stuff doesn't bother me. And the reason why is because she makes me feel secure enough for it not to bother me.
That's
now,
what it
when you
is.
saed the twerk stuff, my concern isn't about anyone liking it. I
It's
mean,
why she putting it out there. Yes.
Whoa. Why are you? No. Now, and I'm not telling you what you're going to do or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, come on. No. I'd be more concerned about the twerk video in general more than anyone liking it. So it's just me.
Rob,
Yeah.
what about you, brother?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I mean, I do a lot of, I have my hand in a lot of different things, so, I know a lot of different people, and sometimes those paths cross into personal, and, you guys, I mean, I've known you all, and I mean, it's a great thing. So I wouldn't mind if you all were friends on my wife's page or whatever else. So
Right.
I don't see any sort of issue as long as there's like that trust there. Now, if you got some dusty, shady friends, the question is like,
But
okay,
if you
why are
trust
they
your
your
mate,
friends?
Which is something that the both of you guys
Okay,
said.
but you're
Oh,
jumping
it's
out
not
of
my
the
turn.
shower.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Tell you free, Chauncey B.
So,
Can you elaborate?
I'm in that lifestyle. I'm a DJ. I'm gonna just use that part. Not even talking about promoting it.
And what does that
It
mean?
doesn't mean nothing, mama.
I mean, he out there in
What
the
you
streets,
talking
mama.
I'm
about?
not talking about.
What you talking about?
Mama, he say he out there in the
So-
streets.
She said
He in
the
the
question
streets?
was,
In the streets.
I see so many. I'm so friends with so many of my good brothers and good friends. You have friends, brothers, and associates. I'm friends with their wives because they follow me. They chose to follow me on social media. I'm just using that as an example of myself. When I see things that look very extreme or any bathing suits, I stroll right past it. Like I'm just being 1,000 because they monitor their pages. They could talk the egotistical things all day to me. However, it's disrespectful for me to just be like, oh yeah, I just saw his wife in a bathing suit with all her butt showing. I like it. That's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I will not like that. I just don't do it. That's just my preference.
Likes don't bother me. I
Well,
think
no, I'm just talking
DMs
about like far as
would be
like
a
bathing
big
suits
issue.
Now
and
that's a
stuff like
problem,
that.
yeah.
DM would be a problem.
But brother, they say that the first look is to admire what Allah's created, and the second look is for the shaitan.
Yeah.
He's preaching.
With me personally, I agree with you. You know what I mean? If your woman's online twerking, she's seeking attention that you're not giving her. So that's a discussion you need to have with
or
your
attention
significant
that
other.
you could never provide.
Right.
Because you
So,
could
right.
just have attention
Right.
seeking behavior.
So with that being the case, man, no. Mama girl, you listen here. We already want to have a discussion about that there. Ain't no need for you to be friends with my friends.
Yeah.
Period. I mean,
At
that's
all?
just me. At all.
Whoa.
So they do
Controlling
comment. They do
much?
make comments. Hi, handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, handsome. The
Controlling
women,
much?
They make
Controlling
those
much?
comments. So how do
Absolutely.
you differentiate that?
Well, men attest your relationship too.
Yeah,
All day.
absolutely.
Good
morning,
beautiful.
Listen.
How you doing, sunshine?
What I
Good morning, beautiful.
Yes. What I
I
like,
like
what I like to
those,
remind people is this, man.
Come on, sit down, Rev.
It's always a competition. Always.
Even after marriage.
Even after marriage, the
Yeah, Rev.
most.
Tell it, Rev.
Absolutely.
People are consistently looking for their way in. If not
Especially in the
everybody
marriage.
around
Yes,
you,
Preaching. He's
especially
If
the
you thought somebody
married
was valuable
ones.
enough to
Mama,
actually
again,
want to be in a
mama.
relationship, someone else
Especially
believes the
the
same
married
thing
ones.
you do.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Hey,
not
no, hey,
everybody
Mama
has
just
the
said
best
something.
intentions. What'd you say,
I
Mama?
said especially the married ones.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. They're looking and listen, man, the devil's always at work, right, Mr. Robinson? So when
Best
people
employee.
see that you guys may have a union that looks unrealistic, that's when they try to poke and prod at you the most. Am I not correct? So with that being the case, man, you got to be mindful. So man and woman, like you as a man, like yo, you putting workout videos on there. Like, what are you doing that for? Like, who are you trying to impress? Your wife see you with your shirt off. Why you got to show the world how much you work out?
That's right.
But what if
I
what
like
if
people looking at my woman though.
Yeah,
Sometimes
listen,
That's 'cause you're a confident man and
I do two
she
in the
bad,
public.
you right?
I do two in the public. But however, social media, I just have a problem with that. I feel
what
like
if he's a personal
you know,
trainer though?
listen.
And that's what he has to do to promote his business.
All right,
Good point.
that's listen.
That's a
That's
good point.
That's
Social
something
media,
different.
look,
That's something different. You know that's not what I mean.
I'm just
You know that's
asking.
not what I mean.
I'm
let me
just
just say
asking.
this.
I'm just
Stop
asking.
blaming
Calm
social
down,
media.
Rev. Yeah.
It ain't got a damn thing to do with social media.
Tell 'em,
It's
Mama.
about who you are and what you are.
Yeah, dude.
Okay? That's what it boils
Yeah,
down
dude.
to.
That people use
And-
social media wrong, mama.
And they messed up too.
You
Right,
absolutely right.
okay.
They're
messed up
using it the
individuals.
way it was intended to. I think with people, because it's not social media,
It's
let's
the
get to the
person.
root. It's access.
Right.
You've never had this much access to people in their personal lives
Thank you.
before.
Right.
So now that you have access to people in their personal lives, you almost feel like you're invested. So when you're following someone or something
think
like
you
that,
know.
yeah, because me, it might just be my morning quotes. People literally follow me. And there's females that literally go into my inbox and say, hey, I loved your message. You know, so I appreciate that, you know, at the same time, but they have access to me. And access is something that is very new. So,
Right.
To
I'ma
everybody.
tell you
we
something.
didn't have to worry about, you know,
Kylie,
when we were younger.
you
Yes,
talk
mama.
about friends.
Yeah.
Y'all missed the whole damn boat.
Yeah.
What is a friend? And not everybody fits in that category.
I agree.
And see, that's where you got a problem.
Right. You're right,
Okay.
mama.
I have friends that I can count on one hand,
Right.
okay? All of them have at least 25 or more years in, okay? You can't get in that hand unless you got 25 years or
Right.
more. Okay, that's the first thing. Unless we done been through some stuff together.
Right. You have to go through something.
Okay,
Right.
we got to
I
go
agree.
through something together.
Right.
But to walk through the door being friends, no, you're not my friend. Don't even use that word.
For real.
Friend is used too loosely.
I agree.
And social
Okay.
media has
things
definitely.
that
So-
people don't earn the
That's right.
friendship
Therefore,
like they used to. Right.
therefore, you have friends and you have associates.
Right.
Colleagues.
And you have followers. Okay? And let me just say something. When we're talking about friends, They know their lane. You know your lane.
Right.
There are things that you don't cross.
That's right.
I don't care what,
Those boundaries. Yeah.
okay? You don't cross them.
Get back to
TLC,
boundaries.
what about your
When
friends?
it comes
Now,
to associates,
question, Mama. So what happens when those boundaries are crossed?
you cut off, cut up, cut out.
Mr. Robinson,
done.
so what happens when
Over.
those boundaries
Ah.
are crossed?
What are the
happens
boundaries,
when-
It's a
though?
wrap.
That-
We're
I'm
done.
about
what
to say,
happens-
what's
You,
the
wait,
boundary?
can I just get clarity?
Whoa, whoa, no,
I want you to clarify the
I'm
question.
about to.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're so
Yeah, he
mean to
aggressive.
me,
He
right?
aggressive today.
Thank you,
Look at that
Chauncey.
green shirt.
God, I think it's that Dunkin' Donuts
this is
coffee
my-
he was
that
drinking.
means-
mean green.
Wow.
Green.
Goodness gracious.
So my question is, right? So what happens when that quote unquote fake friend, you know, slides in the DM, and now your significant other say, "Hey, look what this guy just sent me."
Block.
Oh, that ain't a friend. That is not a friend.
What do you do when?
Well, see, stop
you're-
calling them friends.
Right.
Good
Well, I
job.
said fake friend. I said fake friend.
But
So-
sometimes you view people as your friend, and you don't know that this person isn't your friend
They're a
until
friend
they
until the
cross
situation.
until they cross the boundary.
They may
So
be
you
friendly,
end
but
up
they're
with-
not your
you
friend.
end up
About
with
this
your-
all day.
There's a
you
It's
end up with
discovery,
your-
though.
your
You might
your
not know.
significant
Even
other,
you can have a
and
10-year
he
relationship.
points
People
out
still
to
do it.
you,
And you know what?
hey,
Cut them off.
your friend,
Cut them off. Cut them out.
Diamond,
Excuse me, El.
just
Elton,
inbox
excuse me.
because Diamond, that's a stripper name, right?
Excuse me,
Your
Elton.
friend
You're yelling at
Diamond-
her. You're yelling at her.
Thank you.
I yell at everybody, Chauncey.
All right, I'm sorry.
Relax.
That's
So
not
listen,
my friend.
We used to call him Mean Machine in the police
I
academy.
believe
Yeah.
it. I
We
believe
used
it.
to call him Mean Machine.
That works.
Animal.
That
Animal.
works.
Machine. That was just Mean Machine.
That's
So-
all
I
right.
think
He
that-
can
I
be
think
mean
that-
all he wants
Thank you,
to.
Mama.
It's
What
all
you doing,
right.
Diamond?
That's not my
Inbox
friend.
I'm just asking.
That's not my friend. What my friend would do, and honestly, if this person is a friend, this person should know certain boundaries. And DMing or inboxing or messaging my man is definitely crossing the line, unless it's business. Now, I do have friends that have businesses, and if they're trying to make a connection that way, but what would a friend do? Listen, I want to holler at your man, blah, blah, blah. I'm just letting you know, or, make that connection, whatever the case may be. But if you're going around me to get to my man, you're not a friend.
Right.
You-
Diamond,
you-
stop.
you-
Stop
you're
being
not a
my
friend.
man, Diamond.
I salute everyone from our generation that's married and holding it together. Because right now it's a very pivotal time. It's very tough. Social media, me personally, my opinion, and I've said this since Facebook started for me in 2009, has made all the nobodies into somebody. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have a voice now.
For all the
They
bad
have,
reasons.
yes, for all the bad reasons. Like you have people that think they're somebody now because of Facebook. They were nobody from Jersey City. I'm gonna just talk about
Well, I
Jersey
mean,
City.
there's still
They have a
there's
voice
still
now.
No bodies. It's just that
Yes.
They have
there's still- it's
Yes.
just
popularity.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Just
like,
popular
when I have somebody inboxing me like, yeah, I want to do this with you, I say, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are you doing this because you're live on Facebook now? And I say that to a lot of people. Like, you have to really be a mover and a shaker. Do you understand? Like, you have to be a mover and a
Don't
shaker
allow
to
it to
me.
use you. So, shameless plug. Rashid and J Web Studios. I own my own
Oh, that's
business.
good money,
I
bro.
own. I develop software, websites, digital marketing, et cetera, and so forth. So, looking at it from that perspective,
Right.
I do have to go on Facebook every day. If not for
That's your
myself,
marketing
for
tool.
it's
But
a marketing
remember,
it's a
you was
marketing
always
tool.
somebody, right?
Well,
Yeah, well, I'm not saying
Well,
it from
I don't know, I
the
know.
from the
No, I'm just
nobody or the somebody stuff. We went to school together.
I know,
From
I
the
was
nobody or the
joking.
somebody stuff, and I wasn't nobody back then, but
Y'all terrible.
just a little bit. No, but what I'm saying is, don't allow the tool to use you. What are you
Yes,
doing with the
absolutely.
tool?
That-
I found a way to make money
Yes.
on social media, so it is what it is. But I know some people have social anxiety. You are happy and content with your life until you see that someone else has something that you feel at their level or at your level you're supposed to have. So now here you are, you know, what I mean,
the
becoming a
problem.
person you
Competition.
shouldn't
Right.
be.
Right.
Why? Because you have too much access into what's going on with other people's
Right.
lives.
Very true.
And
So-
it can easily distract you
So
if you're
it's
not
the
focusing on your own stuff.
misuse.
It
of
is
social
definitely
media.
the
Absolutely.
misuse.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Mama, any closing words?
Come on, mama.
I had a good time.
I did too.
Always, man. Yo, man.
had a
Listen.
great time.
Mr. Robinson, any closing words?
None for me. Just looking forward to continuing on.
Gotta go
right.
gaming. Please plug
Mr.
that,
Chambers?
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always-
yeah, plug
I
your
Gotta,
business.
gotta go
Yeah.
gaming.
Yes.
By the way, we got a new shuttle bus. So we wanted to service the community more. We heard from many organizations saying, hey, you guys are booked with personal parties and things like that. We need you guys for this and for that, for the other. So we wanted to be able to provide our service, continue to provide it for our community partners. So we invested in another shuttle bus. We do use the resources that NJ Web Studios provides to help get our marketing out there and things like that. But the new shuttle bus just rolled onto the lot 2 days ago. So we're happy to be able
you're
to
expanding your business.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So
Chambers, be brief.
So yeah, I'm just going to go completely off topic. I want to say shout out to Louis Spears. I think what you did was you proved what I've always known you to be, a man of integrity, and seeing how you handled yourself with such grace and such poise was an inspiration to me. Shout out to Frank Gilmore, my brother. I told you he was going to win this, and I
Yes.
told you why you were going to win this. And shout out for whoever sent out those flyers, because you're guaranteed to win for my boy. That's it.
All right.
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes, sir.
quick, closing words. We about to shut it off. Come on.
Man, once again, man, thank you all, man. I appreciate this. Was a great conversation today, Elton, Light Skin Keisha,
Chauncey,
Mama
I thought
Blue,
you was on
John
my side
Robinson.
tonight.
I'm
I get a
sorry.
light skin Keisha.
Ecclesi, man.
Thank
Seriously,
you. I
like this was
appreciate
dope.
that.
Chambers, like I really felt this show right here today. I opened up more because they always be busting my chops because I don't really open up. But I
You did
opened up
good.
today.
I loved
This
it.
is
I
what we
loved
do.
it.
Yeah.
This is what I do. I love for them to get their shine.
And
This
Leslie
is what we
Keisha,
do.
please.
Erica. So in closing, I just want to say that loyalty is important in every relationship. So when it comes to social media, make sure that the people you are following and the people you follow you, that the loyalty is there. That way your business isn't put out there the wrong way and you're not receiving the wrong
Yeah,
business. So I'm
and
just
Diamond, stay out of her man's
I don't know anyone named Diamond.
Stay out of her man's
And
inbox.
And with
I
that
don't-
note, we're
Listen,
going to say good
Brother,
night.
I want to thank you
And
guys.
love.
Thank you, Scott.
Good night.
Yes,
Scott,
Kearney
thank
Point
you.
Studios. Thank you so much. Thank
We're
you,
gonna play this
Scott.
on
Thank you,
out.
Ashley Sullivan.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We need
ready?
y'all back.
For sure.
Yeah.
Bring us
Let us know.
whenever you want.
Most
So.
definitely, man.
Yeah. Peace and love, y'all. Thank y'all. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
No, it made perfect sense.
This is the first time we really had that independent representation in Jersey City. So I thought it was important to really have them interview and to really have people see, look what we're doing in the community. Look what our people are doing.
I think you guys needed to have an aftermath show. I was surprised that we got it today.
No.
I thought an aftermath show would have definitely been very.
But we didn't know their
There was
schedules.
statistics. I didn't know what you guys were going to ask, so I
Isn't that what I
came
just said?
fully loaded.
Can I get a little bit of break?
They want to take a picture for the guys.
Mr. Chambers,
They want to take a picture with
I just want to point out that I said that.
Oh, that's a great shot. Hang it. Oh, that's awesome. Wait, let me zoom in this way because I think we have to go both ways with these days, right? Yeah, let's do it.
Watch when you say that.
That's another show.
You know, I had that as a question. I don't know why you gonna use it as a question.
What's that?
Polyamorism.
Nah.
Oh, what?
We're gonna talk about it. Listen,
Oh,
you
what?
have
I don't
co-hosts.
like that.
You don't like it, but it's something that I want to discuss.
But I'm bigger than you, so.
But I ain't afraid of you. Don't get it twisted.
And on that note, guys,
But no, Rashid, I spoke to him about that earlier. I really want to bring it
But you know what it was?
because I think that's so important. Oh, and that they don't
Come
need
on.
to see the
Come on.
background noise.
Come on, Chauncey.
Hey, I want them to get y'all for everything.
Come on,
You're
Chauncey.
absolutely
What's
right.
wrong with you?
Yeah, it would, it's always.
Brother,
Yeah, I mean, I think that they bring
Great
such
show,
a.
man.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back home.
Just wanted to teach you.
Because it was, we took, well, Independent Ken, Brandon's the only one, right?
He's the only one that won.
He's the only
Shine,
one
you
that
wear
won.
a green shirt, you wanna shine.
But still, I mean, he's not independent, but he's not.
Leave it alone. Leave it
Oh,
alone.
no. Yeah, great energy, man.
Always good. This was nice. This was good, bro. Yes. Yes, baby.
Yeah,
I want to give you a hug.
Oh.
I want to give you a hug. for a few reasons. One, your music tonight was really good. Usually you play one song.
'Cause I can't get
Today,
into it, yeah.
You mixed it up, so I love
I
that.
just, cause I put it on it, the two things, like, I don't be, that's why we gonna get the turntables.
I love that too. Thank you so much for taking up for me. Because he, you know, he's so sweet. And I'm so sensitive.
Is it something
I was about to.
No.
You know, if I'm a parent, which you might have, do they have the skills and qualifications? I do think
I was just
there were
joking.
proposals for all of
Mean
them.
to me.
Girl, I was really, I'm mean to everyone.
Strategic alliances
So,
many times.
like, come on, when I'm,
Because he's here for Ward B, and
that's
not
my